Hey there, this is Wake Up. I'm going to be reviewing Season 3 of The Wire. Where do I begin with this thing? Okay, Season 3 of The Wire is very, very interesting season. I mean, McNulty says it himself, right? How will they ever learn from their past mistakes, and what's to stop police from making the same mistakes again, from making the same case again? Now, it would have been very easy for David Simon to go back and do a repeat of Season 1 and show it from the corner going up. But instead of doing that, he decided to take it in a different direction and focus more on the police and on rehabilitation, more importantly. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still got Avon and Stringer Bell in, and I'll be honest with you, they have the best scenes in this season. And it's really in Season 3 that you really start to appreciate how good The Wire actually is. I mean, in the final episodes of Season 3 is when you really start to understand how masterful it is, because it's got you hook, line and sinker. And you really start to care about these characters, and the things that you're seeing happen to them are completely unexpected. Like, you would never expect some of the things that happen to Stringer Bell in this season to happen. And the same again with Avon. But like Dee was in Season 1, D'Angelo was in Season 1, and Sobotka was in Season 2, it turns out the main shining star in Season 3 is actually this guy called Dennis Wise, or Cutty. And it's all about how this guy is struggling to go on the straight and narrow after he's just been released from prison, and how easy it is to get sucked back into the game. Whereas any other TV show would have shown this guy go straight back into crime. It's quite an interesting twist that they do, and the respect shown between Avon and Stringer Bell towards Cutty or Dennis Wise is incredible, and it fleshes out the characters even more, and it just makes them even more believable. You know, it's like Avon and Stringer, they're not the typical or the atypical bad guys, you know, which is what makes Season 3 really stand out, like, above the rest. And it also shows you the effects of how this guy suffers whilst trying to get a job when he's just been let go from prison, when he's just been released. And he actually ends up finding work, working as doing like a lawn, tidying leaves. And it's interesting the conversation that he has between the guy who picks him up, who employs him, and basically his employer says, look, there's no reward for being on the straight and narrow. This is what life is like. This is the shit that you end up with. Whereas if you go back into the game, it's shown that you can get money, that you can get women, that you can get like all these nice little incentives that a person who's known nothing else in his life can go get, if that makes sense. And also what makes Season 3 of The Wire even more interesting to watch is the fact that how it's continually changing. You know, it learns not from its mistakes, but it changes. It changes like with technology. Like in Season 1, they're using payphones and beepers. In Season 2, the gangsters are using face-to-face meetings. And in Season 3, they're using disposable cell phones. And it's interesting to see how Avon and Stringer, how the gangsters, if you will, change and adapt that technique, making it thus harder for the police people who are chasing them to catch them. You know? And yeah, I mean, this is the thing about The Wire. I can easily see this thing in several years' time being studied, because it's just like William Shakespeare. It's like all the other best literature, entertainment. It's incredible, to be honest. I mean, alliances are made that you wouldn't have seen, and the fact that David Simon is continually pushing the boundaries of this thing makes it unbelievable. And I'm about to review my favourite season, which was Season 4, and at the end of Season 3 you're wondering where the hell can they go now? You know, is this going to continue being gangsters? I mean, Avon and Stringer with McNulty chasing after them, that was it, that was the heart, that was the meat of this. But Season 4, as we all know, that's when The Wire, if possible, stepped up even further. And I'll be reviewing that one shortly. Anyway, what makes it even better is the fact that you didn't get any suits, for lack of a better word, sticking their claws into this and trying to bastardize this. The fact that you got 5 very phenomenal seasons is incredible. And if you're watching this review and you haven't yet to see The Wire, you need to watch it, because 24 in its heyday was nothing like this. It can't even be compared, because it makes 24 look pitiful. It makes season 1 of Deadwood look ridiculous. The only other sitcom or series, if you will, that can compare is Oz, but Oz just comes short, because you cannot connect with the characters in Oz as well as you can connect with D'Angelo, McNulty, Stringer Bell, Chris, Bodie, even Bumbles or Bubbles. It can't be done, and this will never be beaten. The Wire will never be beaten. But anyway, the site is www.talkbackworld.net, the forum for the real fan. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you on the boards. Cheers.